Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for this update. I hope you're well, I hope you're looking after yourself, and I hope you're looking after each other still. It has been 5 months now since we stopped gathering together as a people. And I don't know about you, I'm starting to feel the toll of that. There's a desire in me to be able to meet together, to gather together, just to be with other people. Whenever it happens in little groups, I cherish it now. And we're looking forward to when we can do that again. And today is an update about that, about us as a church and how we're going to take our first step to gather together. Now, in the coming months, we're going to start considering meeting in the building, and there'll be a video out next week to explain and tell you a bit more about that. But this video is about our outdoor service that you would have heard me mention a few times that got delayed because I ended up in quarantine, but we are now still planning to go ahead with, and so we want to give you the information about that, and it's all included in the email that this video is attached to, but I wanted to say it in person just to try and get it across as clearly as possible, what it's about, what it entails, and what you need to do next to be a part of it. So the date for your diary is the 6th of September, the Sunday, 10:30 a.m. We're doing it at that time because there's the possibility we might be able to live stream it, so we want to tie it in with what we're normally doing. That might not be possible, but that's the goal. So 10:30 on the 6th of September. The location is Ayton. The Dale family have kindly lent us a bit of their land on their farm to be able to gather in. So it's about a 5-minute drive outside of Leominster. All the directions and details are in the email so you can see where it is and where you need to go. On the day we'll have stewards and signs to get you there to make it as easy as possible to get to the location. But that's where it's going to be. It's a lovely open space, plenty of room to socially distance, plenty of room to gather and to have everything safe. We're going to have a sound system so that you can hear what's going on. There's room for parking as well, and you can drive right up to the location so you can get straight out of your car, sit in your seat, and then get in the car and leave at the end if you wish at the end. So that's where it's going to be. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go there and we're going to gather for a service. There'll be preaching, there'll be some music being played, there'll be a chance to pray and just to be together in this space. It's the first chance. The benefit of being outside is that we aren't limited on number. When we're in the building, we have to wear masks. They're compulsory now. They aren't compulsory outside, although if you still want to wear one, that's at your discretion. But we aren't limited on number. We can only get so many people in the building, but outdoors, because we're a charity, we don't have that limit. And so anyone is invited. You're all invited if you want to come along to it. If you want to invite other people along, then that's fine too. The more the merrier. It's a chance for us to gather together, for all those who feel safe to do so, in one location and to be God's people once again in the flesh. Having said that, we just need to have a few caveats, a few instructions for those who may not be able to attend, those who are showing any kind of symptom, the cough, the high temperature, or the loss of taste or smell. If you have any of those, then we do ask you to stay away for the benefit of everyone else. And the guidelines do still say that anyone over 70 should be staying at home as much as possible. It is at your discretion, but if you go out, then you are to minimise contact with other people. But that is still the guidelines, and so we have to remind you of that at this time. In terms of safety on the site and what we've done to try and make it secure, there will be plastic chairs that will be spread out, distanced apart, so that they're all nice and safe. We can probably even do more than the 2 meters that's recommended in order to make sure people feel secure. You can bring your own chair. There'll be room for that if you feel safer just doing that and having your own items and using those. That's okay. There will be toilets with wipes and hand sanitizer and all the things that you need for that. There are stewards that will be guiding you and directing you and helping you out so that everyone doesn't crowd in one area and that people keep moving and don't stick together in one place. So all that will be in place. In fact, as part of making it safe, we are hoping, and I don't know again if it's possible with technology, we're hoping to have a facility so that if you don't feel safe coming out, you can sit in your car, have a place for you to do that, to watch what's going on, and also be able to tune your radio in to hear what's happening. Like I said, it's all dependent on technology, but we're trying to do this to make it safe for as many people as possible and that everyone feels secure in coming along to the service. There is a document attached to the email that you would have got that looks like this. It's got a whole list of every single step that will be in place, so you can have a read through and see what's going on. It's also got all the policies in place of what happens if there's an emergency, our behaviour agreement and things like that, including the track and trace details and who should attend. So you will need to have a read of that. When you book to register for this, it will ask you, have you read these documents? So please have a look through them so you're familiar with them and you know what's going on. and what's happening with that. And so that's it. That's the information. We're excited by it. We're looking forward to it. We hope it will be a special time for us to gather. Just for those who still, having seen all this and read all this, will say, I still don't feel like I can, there will be a video. Like I said, it will either be a pre-recorded thing, as we've been doing the previous weeks, or we'll try and live stream it if that's possible. It's all dependent on internet and technology, which we all know is very reliable. But we'll see how that goes and whether we can make that possible. But there will be something for those who don't feel that they can attend, so please don't feel like we're leaving you behind. What you need to do, and this is going to be something we're all going to have to get familiar with, it's going to be part of the standard thing going forward, is you need to sign up. We need to know who's coming and the numbers, so we can make sure the facilities are right and that we are accommodating the numbers that are going to be there. And so you'll need to sign up. So attached to this email, and there is now a page on the website called Services that you can go to, there is a sign up sheet. In fact, I'll try and put it on the screen so you can see what it looks like. It's hopefully foolproof, but who knows. But basically you put in your name, an email if you have one, but a phone number is required, and you just sign up. If you want to add another person, then you click on the screen and you can add an additional ticket and put in another person so that they can come along. We need everyone to be registered, so try not to put two people on one ticket. We just have a clear number of who's coming, so all in your household. And then we can also gather you in households. We can set out chairs in groups to accommodate the different sizes of groups that will be coming. But you need to do that before you attend. And for every service and every gathering we do, this will be part of what we have to do. You have to sign up so we have an idea of who's there. We can accommodate everyone who's going to turn up, particularly when it comes to the building. We know there will be some people who will just walk in off the street, so we have to have an idea of who's going to be there, so we leave space for those who might just wander in. So this is going to be something we have to get familiar with. We've hopefully made it as simple as possible. If you struggle with the internet, then you can call the number that's in this email and someone will sign you up so you don't have to do it yourself. But we ask you to do that. So if you can have a read through everything, take it all in, make your decision whether you're happy to attend or not, and then sign up, that would be great. And we'll get you registered. You should get an email confirming it. It might go to your junk, so please just check that. But that's going to be the process going forward for all these sort of gatherings, so we can have an idea of who's coming. Like I said, the beauty of being outside is there's no limit on numbers. Going forward, when it's the building, if we exceed our capacity, then we're going to have to allocate services and work out how we do that. But for this one, anyone is invited. You can all sign up. If you invite a friend, again, please remind them to sign up so that they can be registered and we know who's going to be turning up on the day. And I think that's it. Like I said, we are trying to make it as safe as possible. It is impossible to eliminate all risk, but we are doing everything we can. We are taking this seriously. We're taking our responsibility and our care for people seriously and trying to do as much as we can to make it as safe as possible for us to be able to gather together again. And we look forward to it. We look forward to seeing you again. We look forward to being with you again. And we look forward to praising God together as His people in the flesh. Like I said, I've missed it. I hope you've missed it, and I'm excited by it. I'm nervous. I know some of you will be. I am, but it's a good kind of nervous. It's a sort of an anticipation of this new thing that God's doing. This new thing we have to explore and work out. God, what does it look like now for us to be Your people and to express that together? So I'm excited by what God might do through this, what He might teach us, what He might show us about who we are and who He is. And so I'm just going to pray, because that's really my desire. All of these things that we're going to do, the desire is that God would reveal Himself in new ways. We'd embrace Him in new ways. We'd celebrate His goodness in new ways, and that we wouldn't be limited by what we have known. We'd step forward boldly, confidently in His grace and His goodness into whatever is next for us. So Father, I thank You for that today. I pray for every person as they hear this, that they would have the ability to process what it entails. They would take it all in, and that they would be led by Your Spirit into making the decision that is right for them. I pray that You would remove any unnecessary fear, any burden, any hindrance to us that isn't from You, but is from the world and the enemy. And I also pray that we would be wise to say yes when it's right to say yes, and no when it's right to say no. And we wouldn't be shaped and pulled and pushed, but we would be led by Your Spirit, that He would be with us. He would guide us. I thank You that He is ours to lead in these situations. He is ours as our guide for whatever decision we need to make. And so I pray His voice would be heard and that You would be glorified. That's our heart, Lord. That's our desire. you'd be glorified as we go forward. We ask it in the name of Jesus. Amen. So just as a summary of that, the open service, 6th of September, 10:30 at the Dale Farm. Instructions are in the email. Have a read through all the information that's included and then sign up if you want to attend so that we know who's coming. We look forward to seeing you soon. God bless. Speak to you soon.